Good evening all and welcome to another video on All Have It Ale. Tonight we're going for a new beer from the Tesco range. Which one is this one? It is Salt Brewery's Crash. And Crash is an American pale ale, weighs in at 5% and it's described as being fruity with pine. I like the sound of that. I love my pine resin in an IPA and pale ales in general. And yeah, hopefully this one will do quite well. So you get a useful little bit of information on the side of the can. Tells you about the name of the beer, and Salt name all their beers after something to do with the fabrics industry, I believe. And it says on the side here that Crash, as well as being a hazy pale ale with tropical aromas and a balanced bitterness, is also a rough fabric made from yarns that are generally undyed. There's your useful bit of information for the day. How much you'll use it, I don't know, but on a pub quiz one day that might come up, and then you'll be forever thankful to Salt for sharing that little tidbit of information. Anyway, what did I pay for this? £1.80 a can. I didn't buy 4 of anything on the £6 offer today. Don't know why. Really don't know. So I just picked this one up, and we're going to try it now. So let's pour and see what we get. Pour into the Teku glass today. The pour is going all over the floor and my legs. It's hazy, it's pale, it's a good looking beer. You know, there's a decent level of haze to that. You've got a nice white head that is relatively tight and compact. There's no real carbonation rolling up the glass. Indeed, there's no bubbles on the glass either, which is wonderful. Nice clean glass, eh? Yeah, it's a good looking beer. You know, it does exactly what it says it's going to do. It's a hazy pale. Let's have a whiff and see what we think. It is fruity. It's not hugely fruity though, in terms of strength of scent. It's there. There's tropical flavours coming through. You've got a bit of pineapple, a bit of mango. Like a generic citrus type aroma, and I hate the word generic, but it doesn't stand out as being particularly orangey, lemony or limey. It's just citrus. There's a bit of malt coming through as well, which is nice. It's more of a lemony. It is definitely, the longer and deeper you inhale, you get a lemony zest. It's that kind of lemon. It's nice. Yeah, it just comes through at the end. It's wonderful. Anyway, it looks good. It smells good. What does it taste like? Let's find out. First thing I notice, it's got a nice body to it. It's medium. It's a really soft mouthfeel. There's no effervescence coming through whatsoever. It's not flat, don't get me wrong. It's just so smooth and velvety on the tongue. Then you get some of that fruit flavour. Again, it's similar in terms of the strength. It's not overly strong, but it's there. It's a supporting flavour. And, importantly, you get a nice malt profile. It's rare to find a lot of that in a craft beer. They tend to be quite hoppy, certainly the pales. But this one, as it says on the can, is balanced. I know it says balanced bitterness, and it's fair. You know, it's not overly bitter. But you've got indication of the hops, you've got a nice malt profile. There's a subtle element of dankness. Not in a big way, just tiny, little bit there. Yeah, just a small amount. And there is that bitterness. It's subtle, it's not strong in any way. If you're talking like 1 to 10, you're talking probably about 3 in terms of the bitter strength. It's not, but it's just there, it just sits there on your tongue. It's nice. It's very nice. And now we come to the finish. There is a hint of alcohol, and it's only 5%, but it doesn't make any bones about that 5%. You know, it's not hidden. It's not sort of overpowered by fruity flavours and sort of left to kind of sort of suffer in the background, if you will. No, it's a really well balanced beer. I like that. The finish comes through. It's like a little bit dry, a little bit of bitterness, tiny hint of that pine resin. It's not strong in any way. There are some sort of pale ales and IPAs that are hugely bitter and pine resiny. Resinous is the word I was looking for there. I love them. I really do. And it's sometimes nice to have a pale where it's just a little bit more subtle, dialed back and reserved. And yeah, that's what you've got here. So, Salt Crash American Pale Ale. What do I think of you? Would I buy you again? Yeah, I would. It's nice. You know, it fits the brief. It does exactly what it says on the tin. And let's go back to that. Hazy pale, yes. With tropical aromas, yes. And a balanced bitterness, yes. Brewdog, take some lessons here. If you're going to say it on the tin, deliver it in the product. Salt have delivered here. You've got fruit and pine listed as well. Both of them are present, so yes, it fits the brief nicely. Would I rush out and buy again? I would, actually. I prefer this to their jute. No, jute is nice, but this is nicer. This has got a little bit more of everything about it. It's a little bit heavier. It's more balanced. It's got a nicer hop profile, in my opinion, anyway. Everyone's different. We all like different things. I just prefer Crash to jute. So yeah, I would rush out and buy this one again. Quite a lot. And I'm pretty sure this is available in a 4-pack in Tesco. If it's not, you can still get 4 for £6 on the deal, which is really, really good. It works out £1.50 a can in that respect. So yeah, it's absolutely worth £1.50 a can. It's worth £1.80 a can every day of the week. So yeah, I'd rush out and buy it again. Is it perfect? I wouldn't go so far to say as it's perfect. I would change subtle things about it. Not a lot, but I really wouldn't. And I can't put my finger on exactly what I'd change. I'd just tweak it slightly, you know. Taking it in audio terms, when you've got your graphic equalizer in front of you and you're just making really subtle changes to the mid-range just to kind of lift things and then drop things just a little bit out of the way. That's all it needs. It's just like fine adjustments to be perfect. I'd maybe up the pine resin a little bit. I'd maybe drop some of that. Bizarrely, I'd drop the dankness out. You know, it's just me. Yeah, that's all I'd change. Really not a lot. Just real fine, subtle adjustments. So, Crash American Pale Ale. What will I give you as a score? Well, you're not going to get a full 5 because you're not perfect. But you're not far off. You're really not far off. I'm going to give Crash American Pale Ale 4.5 out of 5 on the old Untapped score sheet of joy, which I think is a bloody bargain, really, for a beer of that quality. 180 or 150 if you buy 4 for 6. Yeah, it's great. So, ladies and gents, boys and girls, we're at the point in the video where I'm going to say down there are some buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You've got like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish, but definitely let me know in the comments section below if you've tried Crash and what you think of it. On that glorious note, I'm going to go and say this has been the beer. I'm going to go drink the rest of it, and I will see you again soon for another video.